Wendy Spero. Give it up for Wendy Spero.
So last year, I received a totally last-minute random wedding invitation from an acquaintance from my sociology class in college. We had not spoken in like 10 years. I didn't know anyone going, but I'm really into people watching, and it was local, and there's always good people watching at weddings, so I decided I would go. And the reception was really large and fancy, and I was seated at table 31 with 11 other equally miscellaneous seeming guests. And as we all discussed how little we knew the couple, I was confident that we were all on the same page, thinking the same thing. And the fact that Jane and Rob had considered us important enough to be part of this special day suggested a skewed understanding of human relationships in general, and a probable separation within the year. Across from me, right, is this very good-looking blonde guy with fabulous dimples, about 23 years old, and he is seated next to this equally good-looking guy with equally Nordic coloring, about the same age. And I noticed that the two start to snuggle and kiss, and I am pleased because they make this excruciatingly gorgeous couple. But within minutes, the hugging and kissing devolves, right, into public displays of affection from another universe. They are literally, like, entwined. They are licking dressing off each other's palm. They are tickling one another's neck and armpits with arugula. Swear to God. Swear to God. And we're all like, huh, and we're trying to like chat and eat normally, but it's impossible to focus on anything other than the PDA. And in an effort to break the madness, this 40-ish woman sitting next to me turns to them and is like, so how do you guys know Rob and Jane? Cousins, said the dimple guy. Oh, how nice. So you are the cousin? We are the cousins. Silence. Intense silence. So clarification is desperately needed. So I take it upon myself to add, so that makes you guys also cousins to each other. No, says the other guy. Massive sigh of relief. We're twins, he continues. We are Jane's cousins. And I just think, it does not get better than this. But then it did, because as I look around at the other members of this fabulous Table 31, I feel instant camaraderie. And when the woman next to me excuses herself to go to the bathroom, it was like understood that the rest of us would follow. And we go and we form a huddle by the bathrooms. And between hysterical laughter, we ponder the important questions. What the fuck? Are we on candid camera? Does the family know? And I'm writhing in excitement. I'm like, oh my God. And I like march back into the reception and I go to the bride and groom and I'm like, hey, love of weddings, fabulous. Those cousins of yours, they're your cousins? And she's like, yes, the twins. How hot are they? Oh my God. So glad you like everyone. I was like, right, and I run back and I confirm that the blondes are indeed relatives of the bridal party and relatives to one another. Our plan is to return and add probing yet non-judgmental sounding questions. But when we return to the table, right, the twins are gone. They are nowhere to be seen. Their jackets are gone. And we just sit there and nibble at our food while analyzing the insanity of it all. And after the cake is clear, it was like, the cake was clear and it was like time to go at the end of the wedding. And it was like kind of difficult to say goodbye to the people. And I was like, well, nice meeting you guys. Love sharing those moments with you. And although we had barely exchanged names, we then spent like 40 minutes exchanging email addresses on Jane and Rob embossed napkins. No one actually planned on keeping in touch, I think, but we had to go through the motions because after watching ridiculously good-looking male twins passionately make out, we had become a tight-knit family. Sometimes people do not believe me when I tell this story, and that is so frustrating. But it is fundamentally okay because the other members of Table 31 were there. They were right there with me. Together we saw one brother tuckle another brother with arugula. And I trust that although we will never speak again, our bond continues to be just as strong as it was that very humid day in June. Bye.